because I got really nervous about the giant red forehead on stream, I went and put after sun on my forehead.
Oh.
And now my hands are too... Oh! Got it. My hands are too slippery. I kept going bloop, bloop, off the lid the whole time. Been in the sun today, Jack. Can you tell? It's a great noise. It's Friday, isn't it? That's why it's a great noise. Good evening, you wonderful and beautiful human beings. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us on this fine Friday. Whilst we get ready for the week, I spilt a bit of... What's that now? I got shoe polish all over my shorts. Which is not normally a problem because shoe polish is normally black. My shorts are black.
Okay.
But I'm polishing brown shoes. So polish is a light brown colour, so I had light brown lines all over my shorts. And I was like...
Why didn't you use like a clear shoe polish?
Because they're brown shoes. So I just used a brown shoe polish.
Okay.
So... It's been an alright day, but since I've been home, I've been a bit I'm trying to be productive and do things, and you know. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Friday evening. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day here on the south coast of England, and we have spent the day at a place in Andover called the Hawke Conservancy Trust. Right? It's part of the homemade nonsense that we do. Well, not really nonsense, but part of the homemade thing that we do, because yesterday was it International Eagles Day or something, you said?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, International Eagles Day. So we took them to the Hawke Conservancy Trust so we could learn about birds of prey and eagles and shit. And it was a beautiful day. You can tell. Because the top of my head is a bit redder than the rest
I
of
don't
me.
understand how you've caught the sun and nobody else did.
Only here, though. Like, that's it. I don't know what's going on
I
there.
understand.
No, I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. So... Just finished at the gym. I feel so good right now. Hashtag Fit for 4K. Well done, Westy. What a legend. So, we're here to celebrate Friday. If you haven't already, make sure you hit all those magical YouTube buttons for me, you beautiful human beings. I love you very dearly. Make sure you hit all those buttons for me. So hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. We've recently gone over 32,500. Not that for some reason it's showing you the goal. Is it gone?
Oh, attempts to snipe me?
Attempts to snipe loose, yeah. Yeah.
Is this because of my loose account is a grey name, even though my Warhammer Widow one is not a grey name?
The road live sub count is... Oh, there it is. 32,500. Recently over 30,500. There we go. Yeah, so last night, Kyle got a load of single gifters because people were trying to snipe you as loose.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, do worry about it. You can say don't worry about it after 100, all right? Pack it fucking in.
Every time that I then gift, because people have gifted me, I don't stop hearing about it from you, about how...
Yeah, but you don't need to gift loose.
Yes, I do. That's how you do it.
No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not how it works. You still, to
Don't
this day...
worry about it, chat.
This many years in, you still struggle to understand the whole YouTube monetization thing, right? Thank you so much, Sir Galahad Growhunter, for the gifted. Evan, thank you for the one gifted. Westy 2024, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You are absolutely incredible. I love you all. You're amazing people. Thank you so much. We will have our normal target of 100. If we get to 150, we'll give away a t-shirt. I've got 2 messages in my Discord inbox from 2 t-shirt winners from yesterday. There we go. So there's things to work towards if you really want to. But tonight is normally just about hanging out, drinking some mead and chatting nonsense. Now, I do have to have a thumbnail and a stream title. The thumbnail and the stream title are linked. And most of you will wonder what the fuck I'm talking about. So let's explain it, right? Because it was going off in the Thames this morning. And I had to explain it in the Thames. Obviously, yesterday we saw a monumental balanced data slate, as well as a rules update and a core rules update. And the core rules update introduced a new pivot-based system to vehicles. So you can pivot, and it takes 2 inches of movement for most vehicles, unless that vehicle has a round base, a la the monolith, right? So what that does, in fact, mean for things like the monolith is that to be in base contact for the purposes of combat, you have to have the hull of the vehicle within within an inch of an enemy model, right? Big Bad Pit Gamer, I didn't miss your gift. It was right at the start. Thank you so much, Big Bappy Gaming, for the gifted membership. You're a legend. Love you. Which does in fact mean that you can deep strike 9 inches away with your monolith, with flat side of monolith 9 inches away from target model. You can then roll your charge roll, and let's say you roll an 8, which isn't enough. You can pivot your monolith on its axis, and the hull now is 1.5 inches, 2 inches closer, and you then move the 8, and you're in combat, and you've legally made a charge roll that is not 9 inches, despite deep striking in. I explained to the Thanes that rules is written right now. Yes, that's okay. We obviously are never going to do it on the channel because we're not that so way inclined. And that got me thinking, right? These rules questions from people, these things popped up in Discords and WhatsApp groups, etc., across the wild interwebs a couple of hours, if that, after they released these updates. And so the question is simple. Why do people do this? Why, whenever there's a rules update, must people, as fast as possible, find the quickest way of breaking the rules? Why can't they just, oh, obviously intended is that this is what's supposed to happen? Why do people have to ruin everything, Luce?
I think it's because people need to be the one that broke it.
Shouldn't it take 2 inches off? No, because if you have a round base, you do not subtract 2 inches for your pivot. You don't. Read the rules. If you have a round base, you do not subtract 2 inches for your pivot. So your pivot is free, and then you charge 7 inches, and then you go. Round that is circle, of course, yeah. Marsander, thank you for 5 gifted. 14 of you have tried to get loose already, look.
Don't worry about it.
Shut up!
Just be your lovely self, don't worry about it.
I'll ban you from the stream. I can't ban you from the stream. You're the one that brings the numbers, not Eddie. You do have Brom and Eddie on the channel, so maybe... Well, exactly. It was probably done to help big models and crises, etc., not intended for... No, this is the point, Evan, right? My point isn't... So that rule is an example. The only reason why I brought it up is it's an example of rules that were updated yesterday, and people have already gone, this is how I can now abuse it. And I'm like, I want to go to 40k players, because I think it's probably fair to say that the majority of us whinge now about how heavily worded and how lengthy rules are now in Warhammer 40k. So much so that if I try and show Luce some of the rules, she's going to start reading it and be like, I'm bored before I finish reading the rule, let alone using the rule. And we all complain about rules being too long and written too long. This is just one example. So I don't want to get strung up on this particular example, but this is one example where I'm like, why? This is clearly not what's intended. Why do we have to have those people why do those people exist? Why do people do it? Why do people take a good thing and have to just be like, oh, this is why it's shit? Thank you so much, Phil, for 10 gifted memberships. They're almost quarter of the way there, Luce. Then you can tell them to shut up.
Don't worry about it.
Stop it! She's got sunstroke. That's what it must be.
I am so tired from that much fresh air.
We had a lot of fresh air today. Yeah. A lot of fresh air. A lot of my mother.
She's lovely. We're just a very quiet family.
I can't even read the whole FAQ and changes. I gave up and I'll let somebody tell me I'm wrong later. Fair play, Charles. Absolutely. Models of base isn't distance measured from the base, not the model. Not in the case of the... So this is where we have rare models like the monolith, Mike, where because the base is smaller than the model, you measure from the model. So you can put flat side. You measure flat side to be 9 inches away. You then pivot so your corner is closer, and you pivot about its center axis so it's free movement because it's round base. Then you charge. It's so wrong why people have to break it. It is. People have to do it all the time. Just fucking... It just really gets me like, oh, for God's sake, people. Of course that's not what's intended. You gamey fuck. I can gain an extra 2 inches of movement. And that's why you're still a virgin. She's not logged in as Munch. She's not in character. That's fair, yeah.
I'm not Munch.
They're convinced you're Munch. They're convinced every single time a grey name character turns up, right, who types !snipe me, all one word, and they can't snipe them, they're convinced it's you with an alt account with gifted turned off.
That's so lovely that you think I would know how to do an
any
alt
of those things.
Account. Yeah.
Any of those
I
things.
can't even find how to turn gifted off. I can't find it anywhere on the settings. So to make another account, no.
We have a guy in my local community that does this, and I've decided to combat Petty with Petty to let him get first turn and then forfeit to limit his points to 15 out of 20. Fair play, Westy. The one that surprised me most is the wing over terrain wall. What's that? I don't think I want to know, Peter, both to be honest with you. But yeah, I just thought I'd chuck a topic out there for us to talk about. But it's Friday night, right? So if you're new here or you've only recently started hanging out in the channel, Fridays will almost talk about absolutely anything and anything. I give a topic and a title because I have to for a stream. And Fridays is always the hardest one to write a thumbnail and a stream title for. Because I always sit here and I'm like, we're not going to talk about it.
It's complete nonsense anyway.
And to some extent, I'm like, if I get chat rolled up enough that all of them talk about it for the whole hour and a half of the stream, I'm like, oh, it's not a normal Friday stream. There's less comedy. We're all talking seriously about Warhammer. So it's a real balancing act to get it right on a Friday. Must be a 40k thing. AOS states base because most monsters hang over their base. Another example, AOS equals superior. Well, Mike. I don't like to say.
I'm going to sleep the shit out of bedtime tonight. I'm so tired.
You're going to sleep the shit out of it?
The shit out of it.
I have had a terrible night's sleep for most of the week, with the exception of last night. Last night was pretty good.
I think we're about to hit the season of shit sleep, because when we have spikes in temperature, it happens too quick and not for long enough, so nobody can really acclimatise to it before it really drops back down again. So I think we're a nation of shit sleepers as soon as summer starts.
I don't know. I had a shit night's sleep on Monday, okay Tuesday. No, shit night's sleep on Sunday, okay Monday. Shit Tuesday, shit Wednesday, okay last night. I don't know what's going on. Normally, I'm like one shit night in every 3 weeks or something.
It might be your period.
It might be.
Sleep can go.
I might be menstruating.
That's the thing. It's a thing.
It probably is nowadays. Yeah, it probably is nowadays.
It's seriously a thing. I'm Googling it. It's a thing because there was a doctor on the radio ages ago when they do their little medical segments, and he said it's a thing.
What's the injury you were training with the other day? I really hurt myself, Gaz. And it's my own fault. It's entirely my own fault. Mike Thorano, thank you for the one gifted. It's entirely my own fault because I was being a little lazy kind of before. We've now changed, but I was being a bit lazy because I was getting myself back in the gym, right? And getting used to going back to the gym. And then my PT came down last Saturday, 6 weeks ago, 6 days ago. And we've moved into stage 2 of the program. And stage 2 of the program comes away from a lot of weight machines and comes into a lot of free weights and cable weights, which is very, very different in terms of functionality. So I was doing incline bench press, where you sit your bench at an angle like that. But I was using what's called a Smith press machine. For those of you that don't know, it's essentially a long bar that you put your big circular weights on the end of, but it's mounted on rails that go up. So when I'm doing my incline bench press like that, and I'm going up and down with my arms, right, the bar can't go anywhere. It's fixed in position, right? It won't go anywhere. It's fixed in position. And what my PT said was we do the same exercise, but we use dumbbells instead of using a fixed weight. And we did it on Saturday when he was here. We went through the session, and I felt pretty good, and I was okay with it. So when I sat down to do it on my own for the first time on Thursday, I was like, I'm actually pretty comfortable and confident that I should have done more weight. So I did my first 2 warm-up sets. I went to my third warm-up set, 30 kilo dumbbells in each arm, flicked the first one up with my knee, no problem, flicked the second one up, and my arm kept going back. In fact, that hurts there now. My arm kept going backwards. Like I couldn't stop it from just rotating backwards. And so I had to let go of the dumbbell and drop it, because otherwise I'd have fucking snapped my arm. Stupid Liam doesn't like to be defeated. Then went and picked them up again and was like, I can do this. Eventually got the bike up in the position. And then as I was coming up, this one stayed where it was. This arm started rotating backwards again, and I had to drop it again. I was like, cool, I've done myself some real damage. But that was I spoke to my PT about it, who was like, okay, cool, don't do any more upper body exercises. Like, I've just got to the gym. Thank you for the poo, John. I've just got to the gym. There's no way I'm just getting to the gym, doing one set of exercises, and then doing a set of warm-ups and going home. So what I did instead was I dropped the weight, and I just carried on anyway and pushed through the pain and did it. Now, the reason why it's so different is when you're on a fixed bar that can't go anywhere, your stabilizing muscles don't do any work because they don't need to. So your like push muscles essentially have got bigger and stronger, so I can push more weight, but the stabilizing muscles haven't done anything. So when I went for the dumbbells, my arm can push it up, but my stabilizers go, well, I can't hold it there, and it just let go. So that's what happened, guys. Thanks for asking. I mean, I could talk about it and say when I whinge about my arm later, you all know now. Did you see my earlier question? No, like man, I haven't. I haven't seen. Did you watch the new 6-minute trailer for Space Marine 2? No. I don't really care about Space Marine 2 at all. Not really bothered by it. It's not a Friday night until Luce Google searches something. Facts. Absolute facts. Normally something that she should be Googling on incognito mode.
Are you ready? Men do actually have a hormonal cycle, but there is a big difference from yours. A man's cycle is shorter and less intense, but they can actually experience symptoms that can mess with them too. In fact, there is even a male version of PMS called IMS, or irritable man syndrome.
I have it every day.
I definitely feel your IMS, irritable man syndrome.
Every day.
Every day. All day.
Hope you heal up quick,
it's a thing. You do have a hormonal cycle. It's not the same as us. But...
Gaz says, glad it wasn't your mead lifting arm, yeah. Yeah, it was really... It's my own fault. I probably should have kept on the lower weights once I built those small muscular groups, those lateral stability muscles. I should have probably spent some time building those up, but silly old Liam goes, no, lift bigger! And I hurt myself, so it's my own fucking fault.
Silly.
No, it is my own fault. It is silly. And it's one of those, like... Because my trainer Sam was like, oh, let me guess, we're not going to hear about this on stream, mate. So I was like, well, the thing is, right? the thing is, it's actually because a lot of people have said that they're now going and pushing themselves because they've seen us doing it, me and Joe and that, right? Which is incredible. I'm like, positive inspiration, super happy. People taking some time to look after themselves, super happy, super pumped for that. That then encourages me, that encourages others, that encourages me more. I'm like, this is a really good, like, positive circle jerk where we're all kind of helping each other off, and I'm super happy for it, and I'm really pleased for it. But this is an important thing where it's a lesson for those of you that are getting back to the gym or going back for the first time or starting running for the first time or starting cycling for the first time or whatever it is that you're doing. Don't try and run before you can walk. So if you do go to the gym and you see a bloke who looks maybe half the size of you lifting 3 times the weight, don't try and keep up, because you won't, because you've got to start somewhere. And what I did by picking up those big dumbbells, when I looked at them, I'm fucking big and strong, is I tried to run before I could walk, and I've now injured myself. It's my own fault. It's entirely my own fault. So I'm not sat here to whinge about, I'm so sore. I am, but that's not what, the whole point of me talking about it is to go, you know what, if you do go back, if there are people that are looking at the WhatsApp Thanes chat or the in Discord Fit for 40k thread or even Instagram, you're going, oh, I'm going to get back in, then just don't push too hard too early. Build up to it, right? Build up to it. That's the thing. Male hormone cycle, hungry, angry, hungry, tired, hungry, content, tired. I don't really get the content part, John, to be honest. The PvP you can play as a Night Lord. I just don't. Is it just me? I don't really care about Space Marine, though. This is also called menstruating. Exactly, yeah, menstruating. Mainly because I don't want to be Warhammer size. I've been following the Sam Sulek workout. I don't know who that is. My exercise is mostly power wanking. It's like that episode of Family Guy with Quagmire. Have you seen it? Where he discovers internet porn.
With the...
And he comes out, he's stood in the doorway looking all tired because he's just been on the internet, and he turns around and his right arm is fucking swole. Gareth, thank you for the 5 gifted. It seems you also dislike running. I fucking hate running. Hate running.
The one time we went running together was... It was a regret I have. Because I also don't like running. For me it's a weird, I struggle with the treadmills in the gym when I did used to go, and I thought it was because you're not really running anywhere, so maybe running outside would be better. And I can't put into words why I don't like running. I like movement, but running, I just used to get shin splints. So I thought, let's go running together. Maybe I'm not challenging myself enough and you can be my pacemaker. You ended up lapping me twice, hardly out of breath. And that's when I thought, no, I can't have this.
I was much fitter back then, though, than I am now. To be fair.
Yeah.
I was in the army. We were supposed to be running. So that we were supposed to be doing. So, damn son, I've only built up to that suntan. I know it's bad, isn't it? It's so red. I'm lucky that it will be red for like a day though, and it will calm down. Yeah. I get very lucky in that regards. Good to see you're keeping consistent. Yeah, absolutely. Building my first 3D printer sounds amazing. After a year of mooching off John, I'm trying to actually start paying for my own membership, but it's having an absolute nightmare with the app. Anybody know how to do it? Is it the YouTube app on iOS? If it is, don't use it for your membership because I think you pay more.
Can't Oh.
Yeah, I think because if you've got one at the moment, you may have been gifted one. What you might have to do is think about going onto the computer and upgrading to Jarl tier, which is a good time to upgrade to Jarl tier. All those people get gifted 5 right now. Mordy Hammer, thank you for the 5 gifted. All those people being gifted 5 right now, right? If you upgrade to Jarl tier off your own back for £4, the Jarl's only giveaway went live today, and we do it every single month. And if you're a Jarl tier, you get a special extra section in Discord, at which point it becomes free to enter because you're a Jarl tier. You click on that Jarl tier free entry, and then at the end of the month, so next Friday, probably during stream, because I know what Gaz is like for setting it up, it will draw a winner at random, and you can win either a Combat Patrol box or a Vanguard or Spearhead box of your choosing. Right? Reckon you could pass a PFA now? Absolutely not, John. Absolutely not. I reckon if I did a PFA now without the shoulder injury, I'd nail the press-ups, no problems. I probably would get to about 20 sit-ups and want to cry, because I still don't quite have got rid of the belly fat. Like, my first proper ab stuff is tomorrow with legs, and the run, the mile and a half, will probably take me about 3 days, I reckon now. Try and get a taxi or something. Mile and a half? Uber. I don't think I could do a PFI now, to be honest with you. I smashed a PFT back in the day, light work. I would struggle now getting around the mile and a half. Exactly. Run into the naffy. Yeah. If you put one of them hats on with a stick and a bit of string and put a can of Monster there, Joe would do the mile and a half.
In record time.
Show on to win. Except when nobody won. Yeah, at one point nobody won.
Did I see Joe dressed head to toe in Lidl stuff?
Yeah, you did, yeah. So we on Tuesday he was talking about his little socks that he really liked. Not that they were small, that their socks were little.
I have heard him talk about little socks.
Yeah, he talks about little socks a lot.
Yeah.
And someone said something about how much gifted to get Joe to be fucking head to toe Lidl, because he was talking about how many clothes they had, and I said get to 100 gifted on a Liam and Joe show and we'll do it, and they did. So he messaged me yesterday morning whilst I was in the gym, stood in Lidl, and he took a photo of all the clothes. I was like, oh wow, you're going to do this. He's like, well, we promised. I was like, okay, cool. So I sent him the £20 because it was £5 for the shirt, £5 for the short, and £10 for the trainers. Right, so I sent him the £20, and he came in and he wore it all day yesterday because Joe's a champion. And then someone said to him, Tom Mitchell said to him on stream last night, how many gifted to get you to wear this all day Sunday at the RTT in Poole that he's going to? And he was like, 100 gifted. So they did.
So he has to wear it.
So not only does he have to wear it, but it means he has to take it home. And when he first put it all on, he got me to take a photo of him on his phone. And I did. It's the happiest I think I've ever seen Joe.
Aww.
And I sent it. I gave him his phone back, and he sent it to Tamsin. And Tamsin was like, "So that's a stay at work set of clothes, is it? As I'm not coming home." And obviously, he proudly then took it all home yesterday because he had to wear it on Sunday. Wee man, thank you for 5 gifted. In case you still didn't see my question, here is one more time. Did you get a chance to read the Luminous Faction Focus? Not yet, Alec man. No. I'm hoping to spend some time this weekend catching up on some of the AOS stuff.
The trainers actually look pretty okay.
Let me put it this way as well, though, Alec man, right? I'm not in a position where I can answer too many questions on AOS right now. Read into that what you will. Reading the Warhammer Community Faction Focus is arguably pointless for me right now. Read into that what you will. Okay? Cool. The new PFA is called an RFT, 2-kilometer run, deadlifts, chin-ups, shuttle runs, distance standing jump, and a medicine ball throw. It's a full morning affair. Is it better, though? Because I always thought the old PFT was a bit shit, to be fair. How heavy were the weights you tried to lift? There were 30k dumbbells on each side. I got back to running about 5 years ago. First real effort, I ran straight into the canal, dead of winter. What, like into the water? Promise to stop mooching on people and I'll get a Jarl's membership. Can't wait to be a massive member. Go on, Nick. You get access to a free giveaway. Why wouldn't you? I've been very big week for 40k, so I don't blame you. It's not that. No worries, I understand. Cool, okay. I've still not caught with the date slate. Will I ever? Probably not. He can't comment indeed, yeah. Exactly. I still got a pair of Silver Shadows. Fuck me, Silver Shadows.
My dad loves those.
I was about to say to you, do you remember Silver Shadows? The fucking shittest trainers on the earth. And then when your dad found out that the army issued them, he got so excited.
How many pairs did he get? Because he was like, can you get me a pair of Silver Shadows?
Can you get me some more Silver Shadows?
Because he uses them when he does his drumming. They're the most comfortable trainers he drums in.
How are they? They're not
and
comfortable.
I think he's in like 3 bands, so he goes through them He loves his silver shadow.
It's easier. I passed it injured and fucked up just before I left. Fair enough. It's amazing how quickly it all comes back, though. I was fairly in shape in high school. I ran a Spartan race about a decade ago. The first few weeks of training, I thought I was going to die. I mean, muscle memory's a thing, right? Just your opinion, should AOS players bother buying Warcry units, or they're just a waste of money because, you know, they suck?
It's so cliche, but...
Some of them are worth it.
I can't believe how much I didn't appreciate my younger body. And that I thought I was fat. I just can't believe it. I see photos and I remember my headspace when that photo was taken, and it's so ridiculous.
What, back when you were...
Yeah, when we
ridiculously
were both
thin.
Yeah, really athletic, and I still thought I was fat. It's insane.
That's, I mean, the being the thin part isn't insane. It was the self-body image that was insane back then.
And that my body just worked.
Yeah.
Everything just worked, and I didn't appreciate it.
And don't we realise now that we took that for granted?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm no Sylvaneth player, but I have several friends that play them. L'Ariel is fairly good. Instead of summoning, she recycles dead units each turn. Straight into the water. Straight into the water. The canal went around a corner, and there was snow all over it. Straight in, hypothermia ensued. Jesus Christ.
Ooh. Were you running on your own, or did you have someone who could help you out?
Kai also says, Liam, appreciated your younger body loose. We're almost at PCP trading time. Doctor, you have shin splints and late stage arthritis in your knees and ankles, but we don't think it's related to your service. Well,
that's a good joke.
Youth is wasted on the young. 100% it is.
Yeah.
100% it is. What you're going to see, by the way, just for reference, what you can see is I'm going to end up stretching my arm up like this quite a lot, because it's around the back here that I've hurt it quite badly. And this morning, I basically couldn't move it. And I've done the stretches all day. And as I've been stretching all day, slowly but surely, I've got more and more mobility. It's become more and more comfortable. It's still sore. I can only get to there on my own now without then getting this arm and pushing it around to stretch it out. So, but this morning I could get to about there. And I couldn't get hard. In fact, I went for an old man wee. We all know about these, right? Let's normalise it. I went for an old man wee about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, where I woke up just because I needed a wee. Right? Happens to us men when we get to a certain age. So you get out of bed all fucking... you trundle to the toilet.
When EOS comes out, will you do live games or pre-recorded games?
Both.
Also, who playing who next week and which armies? Bombardment.
We'll probably do both. Big bad of the PT gaming variety. If I pull up the schedule for you right now, this next week on the schedule is Joe and Brom on Tuesday, and then Thursday is me and Joe. Tuesday, me and Luce are producing. She'll be mic'd up. She'll be mic'd up for a game. On the Thursday stream, it might be AOS, a version of, possibly, for reasons that I can't say until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Not that I've built any pre-recorded content for it at the moment, because I don't see the point in doing big reviews of a big box. It's just fucking incredible. Anyway, so what you do is you sort of fool yourself out of bed, and then, like some horrible fucking naked troll zombie, you trundle off to the fucking toilet really tired, and then you have to, at that point in the night, you have to sit on the toilet because you don't want to aim because it's dark.
So
and
turn the light
no
on.
No matter how big you think it isn't. So you sit down and it's easy to have a pee, right? And you sit down and every wee, and then you trundle back like your naked zombie self again back to bed, and you get yourself back in bed. And I'm one of those people that when I don't know why, but when I go for my old man wee in the middle of the night, the second I get back into bed, what happens is I have a slurp of my squash. I have a glass of water or a glass of squash next to me, no matter what. And I don't know why, I have to have a slurp. I always wake up with a dry mouth.
Okay.
Right? Probably because when I sleep, I'm a mouth breather. Okay? So what I normally do is I normally lie down, and at the point which I don't know why I do this, at the point which I lie down, right, that's the point when I think, oh, I wanted some juice. So I'm too lazy at this point, because it's 3 in the morning, to sit back up again and drink my juice. So what I do is I lift my head off the pillow, and I reach with my left arm, and I pick my juice up, and just kind of dribble it into your mouth, and something goes down your side. You might get on your pillow, whatever. And you drink, you have a slurp, right, I've no longer got dry mouth, head back on pillow, and I go to sleep until the morning, and I wake up, right?
Okay.
And that's what happens. Let's be honest, chat. Not the only one, right? Not the only one. What happens? Okay? Cool. Right. Anyway, last night, the same routine. Naked zombie, sit down, naked zombie, right, in bed. And I reached for my juice with my left arm, which is the shoulder, and I couldn't lift it off the table. And at that point, I woke up a little bit then, because mild panic set in, and I was like, oh, I might have really damaged this. This might be really bad. So in the end, I still didn't want to sit up. So what I did is I got my other hand, and I put the juice back, and then went back to sleep. Happens, right? All the time.
Every time in the morning that I come up with cups of tea to do the ironing, because you're taller than the bed, your foot pokes out the end, and I have to seriously resist the urge to not go tickle, tickle, tickle.
But you know you get kicked in the face.
And then possibly get kicked in the face.
You know you get kicked in the face if you touch my feet.
But it's just there staring at me. There's a bare foot poking out the end of the bed. Don't do it.
I'm a weird one though.
Don't do it.
I like to be barefoot. It's a thing that I discovered within probably the last year. I like to be barefoot everywhere. I come home now, I take my socks off.
I think it's a form of grounding.
Yeah, so I mean, if I'm in the garden, my socks are off. I was walking across those stones the other day behind the car, socks off, right?
Yeah.
Which is actually to start with quite painful, then you kind of get used to it and your feet start to toughen up a bit. I like bare feet, but I don't like anyone touching. So I like everything touching my feet, but I don't like anyone touching my feet. So that's, you know, I just want to stop by and give a big thank you for the gifted membership on Cooney's channel. It's greatly appreciated. You're very welcome, man. Very welcome. You can become a member here if you want. Wet feet if you stand, probably. I'll just dribble. Can't turn the light on. I'll wake up more than getting. I'll wake you up more than the getting up to old man wee. Exactly. I nearly always do a sit down wee. Can't be bothered to aim anymore. We're all getting old. It's fine. I used to make fun of my dad for falling asleep in the chair after work. Little did I know the other day I hurt my back from sitting on the couch. Getting old is bullshit. Yeah. Well, the other thing with turning the light on as well, though, is that the fact at the point you turn the light on, you get exposed to horrible bright white light, and your eyes adjust to that light. Do you know the main reason why men don't turn the light on when they go for an old man wee in the middle of the night?
Is it because it wakes you up and then you can't?
It's because it takes a long time for your eyes to adapt to the dark. It takes no time for your eyes to adapt to light. Right? So if I went to the bathroom and turned the light on, I'd be like, that's the face I'd pull, right? And eventually I'd be like, oh, okay, I can see what I'm doing now. Didn't need to see how small that was. Sit down, have a wee, right? Good. Then you get up, turn the light off, and what you've got to do is walk back to your bedroom and get back into bed without stubbing your fucking toe.
And it's the corner of the bed that always gets
It's always
you.
the guy. Why do bed designers, when they make a corner of a bed, make a little angular fucking foot with a sharp corner? Why do they do that?
I have to, when I stumble to the toilet in the middle of the night, I have to sort of guess, right, I think the bed's about here. And then I have to sort of feel my weight, right, there's the foot of the bed. I'm going to keep my hand there. And then I sort of give a really wide berth of where I think the corner of the bed is. It's a whole thing.
Well, if I don't turn the light on, I can normally see where I'm going when I go back to bed. So there you go. Horrible fucking naked troll zombie will have to be my next D&D monster. Yeah, exactly. You should have a water bottle for your drink by the bed. My water bottle gets filled the night before and it goes in the fridge. So when I wake up the next morning, I have cold water from my water bottle.
Yeah.
So I only have one water. Well, I have two water bottles because I have one at work as well because I kept forgetting where it was.
Yeah.
So I leave one at work, leave one at home. So I've always got a water bottle. Especially now I have a significant amount of water intake. Oh, I'm fucking hanging out with my face. I do have another important question here. Did you and Joe get to read that section of Settler's Gain in the Lumineth Battletome? No, not yet. Not yet. I need to. Can you? I might have to get you to message me specifically with what it is we're supposed to read so I don't get it wrong. I saw the monolith in the thumbnail, had to click. Now this is a beautiful man on the screen. Ah, Josh. Love you.
I dislocated my shoulder while lifting a glass of water in bed. It was in a weird position on my back and had to ask the girlfriend for help so I wouldn't spill everything. The shoulder was really busted back then.
Oh, man.
It's always the things I've heard about people bending down to pick a pen up and then they've thrown their back out.
Robin! He's become a Jarl tier member all by himself. What are y'all talking about? What a legend. There is a Jarl's only giveaway in Discord right now. Right now. Anyone seen those Warhammer plushies that are coming out now? I tend to crawl to the toilet these days. I've put some motion LEDs with batteries in them at the baseboard in the bathroom just to light the floor. That's kind of clever. Like motion sensor stuff. Yeah, motion LEDs, just says. My mattress has started to also tell me I need to lose weight. The spring makes a lot of noise when I lie on it.
I know someone that put the sticky LED lights on the rim of the toilet seat, so when the little one that's learning to use the toilet in the night time, just follow the light.
Yeah, is it like black light though, so it just shows up all the
No.
wee stains everywhere?
No. I did wonder how do you clean the light?
I was just a bit doing work stuff right now. I appreciate it, man. You know why you stub your toe in the dark? Because the woman always picks the side closest to the bathroom, makes us guys walk.
Nope.
It's not
You're
true,
closer. Yeah, you're closer.
I have to sleep on your right hand side.
Why?
I don't know.
I heard.
I was trying to work this out the other day, right? I was trying to work out the other day why I always have to sleep on your right hand side. And I have
many theories. Go on.
my main theory is because the double bed in Dorchester Way being on your right hand side meant I was the one next to the door. I think it's a protectorate thing. And then when we moved into when we moved into Hadley, me being on the right hand side was next to the door. And then when we moved to Shelley Road, me being on the right hand side was next to the door. Which is odd because now, when I'm on the right hand side of you, I'm not next to the door, you are. But for all those other bedrooms, I was next to the door. And that's why I think that habit comes from. Because I was like, my dad sleeps on my mum's left hand side, he sleeps next to the door. So I think I just instinctively went to sleep next to the door every time. And now I can't have you on the other side, because that's weird.
You can't handle it. You can't handle the truth.
Thinking about some adult nappies. I just pissed the bed. Easier. I picked up a box of kale when working at the supermarket and put my back out. I was 22. Oh my God, I've pulled it from doing all kinds of weird things. The other day, I was sat in the studio yesterday on the sofa, and Brom turned up with his little one, AJ.
Yeah.
Because he needed to pick some models up just before we went live. So Brom turned up to pick some models up. AJ comes and sits on the sofa. So I grabbed my camera bag and moved it out of the way so he could come and sit on the sofa and show me he's got like a little, it's like a little chart thing that's about that big, and he can close the windows for everything that he's seen on the journey, like a cloud or a red car or whatever, right? Because AJ's really young. And I put the bag over there and I flicked my head back around and my neck went pop and an instant sharp pain for like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, I can't move my head. And I was like, and then it was fine. I was like, huh? Okay, it's all right now. What the fuck was that?
Age,
exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
We are perishable.
Yeah. Why do we get old? Why do people do this?
This is nonsense.
Why do we get old?
Might need to do some I don't know. I definitely need to do some kind of strength training. All of my strength has gone.
So Galahad says, my lady always needs to sleep closest to the door. I don't know why, but she'll make a great human shield if I need one. Oh, amazing. Men usually sleep the side close to the door. That's why I think it's because my dad always has. I think that's probably why. Live that Matrix life. Live that Matrix life. Put a full camelback with drink and put that on the bedstand. Oh, I like that idea.
The placement of people on the bed is a decision that got made once and will forever stay the same, or it's weird.
It is weird. We made the decision once. We've been the same side over. I can't be on a different side.
But whenever you did an Afghan tour or you're on exercise, I had to sort of pack any kind of memorabilia of you. I had to pack it away into the spare room and shut the door for the 4 or 5 months. And then I would sleep in the middle of the bed.
When you go away on holiday for a week, I sleep in the exact same place, and your side remains perfectly made all week.
When you go away now, because I've got the boys, so I still have some routine there. Emmy comes up on the bed and she sleeps on your side, so I have body weight in the bed next to me. So whenever we wave you off, she's like, I know what this means. I get to go on the bed.
My bald head has been sunburnt. Smiling hurts. I picked up a bag and threw my back out. Couldn't breathe properly for 4 minutes. It's bad, isn't it? I pulled my back last year. In fact, it was the day I woke up the day that Winters announced the cessation of DZ. We did the stream in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to cancel that stream before he then did the announcement. I was like, well, I can't cancel the stream now because it looks like I'm fucking shying away. And I ended up just drugging up on loads of painkillers. I have done many things, chat, to myself, okay? I have broken both bones in this wrist. I've broken my left ankle. I've had a grade 2 anterior ligament tear twice on my knee. I've chipped something. I've dislocated 2 vertebrae on my spine that had to get popped back in. I've had a tooth knocked out. I've had another half tooth knocked out, both in rugby. I've done all sorts. I've broke my nose. I've broke a finger. I've done all sorts of injuries, right?
Yeah.
Normally, I'm not a person you want to be around, right? Because I'm the one that gets fucking in injury play. A lot of these, to be fair, a lot of these just come from rugby injuries. The finger, my rib's in the wrong place. My rib pops. Sometimes I go and it cracks into. You've heard it, haven't you?
Yes, you really should see someone.
Nah, it's all right. So I'm injury prone, and I've hurt myself and broken many bones and been in lots of pain lots of times. I have never felt pain like when I woke up that day and I'd done something to my back.
Yeah, I think people, when you're younger and your body just works, everything's really flexible. You can just take risks and you know, I've not been really injured yet, so I'm invincible. It'll be fine. And then when you do hurt your back and you have to take it easy, you very quickly learn. You use your back in everything.
It was
everything.
bad. It was bad when sitting in this chair was pain. It was the least amount of pain.
Yeah.
But it was, and I was sat here, right, just like this. I was like, I don't want to move. I was just sat here uncomfortable like this. Joe was like, "You're all right." I was like, "No." And we basically got to the point where I was like, "I'm going to cancel the stream," and then the announcement came out. I was like, "No, I can't cancel the stream, so I have to do it." So I just got on with it, but. I was in agony that day. It was so uncomfortable.
You use
uncomfortable.
your back, even just to sit still. You're using your back.
That's what I'm saying though. Sat here was the best, but it still hurt. Like it just always hurt. No matter what, it always hurt. Whatever you did, getting up to go to everything hurt.
You can't. So say if you hurt your ankle, you can rest your leg by sitting on the sofa and propping it up. You can't really rest your back.
You absolutely no.
So
you absolutely can't rest your back.
Constantly using it.
Important lesson, you get one back, look after it, right? The rib tracking is just your rib saying hi, yeah, absolutely. Good advertisement for rugby. And this is why I need you guys to support me as essentially a disability funding, right? We decided a long time ago, she sleeps in the bed, I sleep on the sofa. It would be weird after 7 years to go back to sharing a bed. And I've had the snip. Yes, Kai, I'm trying to forget that moment, right? Hey, people, I hope you're doing good. Painting the last of my Stormcast tonight. Good man. I sneezed so hard a while back, I popped my sternum. Medical on base said it'll get better with time. They couldn't do anything. Was hard to breathe, sleep, move. The 40s suck. I'm sure glad I started a regular gym routine. Yeah, and do you know what? Right, although I've got an injured shoulder, the injured shoulder is entirely my fault. I feel less. This is weird. This is a weird thing to say. I feel less achy and painy now I've been going to the gym for 2 months than I did before I was going. I'm sore when I've worked certain parts, but I'm not achy anymore. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's interesting because I'm working it and exercising it and all that kind of stuff. Work it. My theory is if you have no muscles, you can't hurt yourself. Oh my god. Ebflow, thank you for the yellow super chat, you legend. Doubling, essentially, our super chat so far. We are also on 40 gifted memberships chat. No one yet has sniped loose. We've had 40 attempts to snipe loose. No one's got it yet. Don't say it. Don't. I will throw something at you.
Never had a serious injury in my 20s. Fell down a flight of stairs and hopped up perfectly fine. Started exercising in my 30s. Non-stop injuries.
So you're saying exercise is bad. Ebflow, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Got married on Wednesday. Money's a bit spent but spreading the love.
Aww.
My bad shoulder decides the sides we sleep on, at least if my wife wants to spoon. Can't do it the other way around.
You get to say my wife now, after you got married on Wednesday. Congratulations. Everyone say congratulations to Ebflow in the chat.
Congratulations.
Everyone gift 5 memberships to congratulate Ebflow in the chat.
Worst pain I have ever had was large kidney stones that are too big to pass.
Oh.
My doctor said I'm what they call a stoner, as I'm prone to getting large kidney stones. Is that surgery then?
I assume so. I've never had them.
Because they can't stay in there.
Have you ever had to deal with poor mental health as a result of learning that an injury became permanent? Kind of. Not. I don't feel like this is serious, Adam, but I'll explain. About 3 years ago, I reckon, maybe 4 years ago, before we were streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, locally I attempted to go back to rugby. So I'd got to a point where I said to Luce, I really fucking miss playing rugby. I really miss playing rugby. I used to play it all the time. I really miss playing rugby. So I went back to the local side here in Totton, which is a side called Teutonians, and I was like, I want to play rugby. I want to go play rugby, right? So I started training with them. And I did, I want to say 3.5 weeks of training loose, roughly.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.5 weeks of training on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And my left knee, which I had quite a serious injury on my left knee when I was in the army, my left knee just wouldn't let me do it. And that was the first point I ever realised I'm not going to be able to play proper rugby again. I could play vets on a Sunday, and I could play thirds, and I wouldn't have to train very hard. But that's not how I like to play rugby. I like to train and play as hard as I can. And that was the first moment that I kind of realised that I wouldn't be able to play rugby anymore, and it was quite hard to take. Whether I would consider it poor mental health is a stretch, I reckon. I feel like I'd be being disingenuous, and I wouldn't be being fair to those people that have suffered from really poor mental health and they realise I have a really serious injury that's going to be longer lasting. But it definitely got me down because of an injury, basically meaning I wouldn't be able to play rugby again, and that made me really sad. I don't know if I would actually call that just poor mental health though, because I don't feel like I dwelled in it for a bit, and to this day I'm still a bit sad that I can't play rugby again. But I'm also 37, so.
Do you think it dwelled in your mind because it was, I have to admit I'm old now?
I think, I don't know about admitting the age. I don't think it was about admitting I'm old. I think it was about admitting that I have restrictions now.
Yeah.
Because when I was in my mid-20s, I had no restrictions.
Because your body just works.
Because your body just works. Exactly that. I had no restrictions at all. I could go play rugby. I could go play football. I could climb. I could kayak. I could go adventure training. I could, abseil. I could do anything. To a point, I could do anything. My body just worked. I did field gun, as you know. Field gun was fucking extreme. I did field gun. And your body just does everything, and you don't have to think about it. And I, at the same time, also able to eat complete shit whilst doing all that stuff and be like, not putting any weight on. Because my metabolism's really good, and you're like, this is great. And everyone's like, you need to watch what you eat. No, I don't. I've got an amazing metabolism. Oh, I've hit 30.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah.
So
that gravy train stops now.
Yeah. So I was like, I think the hardest part wasn't about I'm getting old. I think it was I now have restrictions, and that means that there's going to be things I can't do anymore. And that was the bit that made me a bit. I
haven't had an injury stopping me in my tracks like that. What I did have was having James, our first baby. That came with a set of injuries because of being mishandled in hospital.
Yeah.
And that was a realization of...
I mean, that was an understatement.
Yeah, that was a realization of, oh, I can't do that for now. And it was always in the promise of, for now, you can't do it for now. If you just be patient and work on yourself, you'll get there again.
Yeah.
It's a lie. I was never going to get there again because of the sort of mishandling of my care in hospital.
Yeah.
And that was like, it is an injury, but childbirth isn't risk-free anyway.
Yeah, but it is an injury though.
It is, but
to a point.
It's
my body doesn't just work. I'm in my mid-20s. Why am I different? Since I trashed my foot, I miss being able to take part in things. Also, the stigma of being permanently injured in the forces is never nice. It isn't. I really badly injured my knee. I had what was known as a grade 2 anterior ligament tear, anterior cruciate ligament tear.
Is that your kneecap kind of coming out of place?
It's to do with the knee. I don't know exactly where it was. So I tore it quite badly on exercise once, tabbing. I tore it quite badly. I was on crutches for a couple of days, and then I kind of did a little bit of physio, and it was kind of okay, and it was all right. I then was playing rugby for the station side at Watersham. Funny old thing. It was a hot day. It was early in the season. Hot day. The ground hasn't softened up yet, right? We were playing a team. I don't know, maybe Stowmarket or something. We were playing a team locally as Watersham, and there was a relatively big guy on the other side who very much enjoyed not being tackled by people because he was quite a big guy. So he just ran through people. And me and my mate Cowhead were like, we're not going to fucking put up with that. That's not happening, right? So Cowhead's his nickname, by the way. So I hit him.
I had a kidney stone surgically removed from my penis.
Oh my God.
That was the most pain I have been in my life. Would not recommend pissing blood off. The surgery was a bit scary.
Jesus Christ. There's a thing, chat. If we want to get our super chat total up to 100, You can super chat your worst ever injury. I'm here for that tonight. Let's talk about that. So I tackled this fucking big fella. Thank you, Lehman Russ, by the way, for the 10. You're a legend. I love you. Look at the fact that he's got a little blue and red one, chat. That makes him important, right? So I tackled this guy and I hit him hard and low. And I fucking took him down, which was great because he hadn't really been challenged properly to tackle. So I got low, hit him really hard. And as I hit him, I swung round in midair, gripped onto him so I could lock around his legs and bring him down. And as I swung round in midair, my left knee hit the ground and bounced, right? It was rock hard ground. So it hit it side on the inside of the knee, hit it side on, bang, and bounced. And I kept the lock on and I brought him down. I was really chuffed. And I got up and I was like, that's a bit sore. And then I played the rest of the match. And Brom was staying on camp that week as well, and he was there watching the rugby. So I played the rest of the match, went back to the, I got showered up, etc. Went back to my room on barracks. I sat there and I was like, my leg hurts. I need to ice it. So I put some icing on it, and I took the icing off, and Brom was like, a knee is not supposed to be that big, and I was like, no, it's not. That's a problem. And then you could push it. And not only was it like big and fat and spongy, but the kneecap moved. And I was like, I think I've really hurt my knee, bro. And he's like, I think we should go to the doctors. And that's when I found out I had a grade 2 tear. They basically said, I don't know what a grade 2 is. I'm not a medical person. But what they basically said to me is the next stage is a complete tear. We would have had to surgically reattach it. And I was like, so it is quite bad then. So it is quite bad.
Taking it easy for a little bit.
I'm not reading chat. I said super chat, right? I'm not reading your fucking injuries in just a comment, okay? We're not even halfway to the membership goal, but we're like over an hour into the stream, or nearly an hour into the stream, you fuckers, okay? I've got another week of June left, yeah? We're well behind. Can I share an illness, or does it have to be a physical injury? If you super chat it, man, you can fucking share whatever you want. All right? So that was quite a bad injury that I had. I've done that, Dave. I've done that. Hands up if you're men in the chat. Hands up if you fucking little hand up emoji. Hands up if you've torn your banjo.
I've never. You're the first guy that I was like, what the fuck is a banjo string? What is that?
I remember.
Are you having me on?
I remember graphically. He's gonna fucking hate me for this. I remember graphically when it happened to my brother.
Oh, please let me be at the dinner table when he finds out you've outed him on YouTube.
Morty Hammer, thank you for the 5 more gifted memberships, you beautiful human. We're finally halfway there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're halfway there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lizard on a stair.
Dirty underwear.
Thank you so much for the 5. Dave, I'm sorry. I should have waited for her to read that out, but I couldn't help, right? Twice? How did you do it twice?
It grew back.
How did it? What? I feel like this is a trap, right? You know how I feel like you know how women have their little hymen that they get all precious about, right? This is the male version. Everyone's done it.
Has anybody not done it?
Adam's a virgin. Look, mine is still attached and strong. Virgin. It's fucking painful.
Oh, how many men have got it caught in their zipper? Don't you wear underwear though? And that offers like a layer. And the zipper has a piece of fabric behind it too.
Underwear makes it better, but doesn't stop it from being a possibility. Yeah. Yeah. The biggest problem I have is stepping on it.
Stop it.
Oh my god.
I'm on number 3. One more time and it gets cut out.
Okay. As a as a veteran of surgery down there, you don't want it.
Tore me banjo once.
Just the once, actually. Just the once. Jesus Christ, this is my English skills stop. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Martin's called it your guyman instead of...
That's the name!
Not sure what's happening, but I'm here for it. You all seem like fun people.
Oh, Carrie, thank you so much. What a fucking legend. Thank you for the 5. You fucking thank you for the $5, you fucking hero. We're trying to get to 100 memberships. We just need 50. Just need one person to drop 50, chat, right now. Right now. Right now. It's not working.
Yeah, I trip over my saggy nuts.
I'm sure you do. You're only short though. You men having a moment? Yes. Yes, we are. Snapping the banjo, perchance. Absolutely. Mine seems quite stretchy. I don't know what. This has turned into a very different kind of YouTube stream. If this doesn't get demonetized, I'll be very surprised. And this is why gifted memberships and super chats are so important. Because if a stream gets demonetized, and because of the language you use, most of mine do get demonetized, I only make money from the super chats and the gifted memberships. So, average British nerd, thank you for 5 more gifted. You missed a 0, but thank you anyway for 5 gifted. You're amazing. That means we've got 45 to go. We're over halfway now. Ask men do like to moan about how bad we got it. All right, let me put it this way, wee man, right? We've had this conversation, Luce and I, okay? How many women do you know, right, who have had a baby and have decided they want another one? How many children do we have, Luce?
2.
2, cool. How many men do you know that have been kicked in the bollocks and then have asked for it to happen again? Ergo, kicked in the bollocks, worse than childbirth.
Yeah, but there's a whole other layer to having a baby. Sometimes it's a feeling of, I need a baby, and I know how much it hurts. I know how much of a pain in the arse it is to share your body for 9 months, but I need the baby.
Oh my God. I want Christopher Sanford Police Station Gloucester babies.
I had mono in kindergarten, was in the hospital for weeks. In 3rd grade I broke my wrist dismounting an in-home swing set my parents set up in a doorway.
Your parents set up an in-home swing set, Electman, did they? Did they also have a video recorder? I'm joking. Thank you so much for the 5, dude. What's mono? By the way, sorry.
I think it's the kissing.
Christopher
illness.
Sanford, Police Station Gloucester. I love it, by the way, because his name fills up like the whole fucking 3 lines when he gifts a single person. Thank you so much for 50 gifted off the bat, man. That's fucking insane. You're also a Thane, dude. I wasn't expecting you to do that. You're also a Thane. You amazing, incredible human being. Thank you for 50 gifted, putting us over the hundreds.
I was stupid enough to drive to the hospital with a broken ankle. Just thought I'd sprained it badly.
I got taken to the hospital with my broken ankle in an ambulance. First time I've ever been in an ambulance. Thank you so much, Martina, for the 5.
Finding out you had cancer post-pandemic. I am 4 years clean, so very unlikely to come back.
Clive, congratulations, dude. That's incredible. I feel like I'm starting to hear more and more stories of people beating it, which is insanely positive, which is really, really good. So I'm glad for you, man. I'm really happy for you. Finding that out post-pandemic sucks dick as well, right? You go through the pandemic and then go, cool, you thought it's all gone. Guess what? Yeah. Also, love you, man. Love you too, dude. Thank you so much. You're a hero. You're also a Thane, dude. You didn't need to...
I was transporting eggs in a backpack down a hill at night during a downpour and forgot about the 90-degree turn at the bottom. I was going too fast to apply the brakes, so I jumped off and rolled on the ground.
That sounds like some
it's
kind
not
of
done.
James Bond.
It's not done.
Stunt.
He's written the rest of it in another £5 super chat that's coming later. Evan, thank you for the commitment, you legend.
To be continued.
To be continued.
And then the dragons came.
My daughter came out swinging a chainsaw. My missus is refusing to have another kid. It's carnage down there. Poor Mrs. Burgess. Aren't you moving down here? I might meet her one day, Kai. This is risky stuff you're writing. I can hold this over you.
10 yo, at the beach wading through tide pools, suddenly blood everywhere.com and nearly severed my second toe. They shot the numbing agent directly into the wound. I felt the needle tap against the bone.
No, random.
Oh, no.
Not my worst, but my worst sounding injury. Armored combat had a guy hit my cup so hard it partially split in 2 and quickly snapped back into shape with parts of me stuck between the pieces.
Word.
I regret asking for these.
Yeah.
I tore the majority of the ligaments in my shoulder, so my collarbone stuck about an inch. Couldn't do a lot of stuff, but I managed and got PT later.
I don't want any more of these now, chat. I mean, I do want more super chats, but I don't think I want these stories. This is much worse. I thought people were like, yeah, stepped on some Lego. This is getting quite gruesome. The question I have, Brandon Lagasse, thank you for the 10, by the way. Thank you, Manza, for the 10. Evan, thank you for the 25. You're a legend. Still not quite as impressive as the amazing Christopher and his 50 gifted, which still blows me away. You're insane. What I want to know, Brandon, is how did you nearly sever, wading through tide pools, suddenly blood everywhere, nearly severed my second toe? How? This is Get the Boys graphic. I fucking love The Boys. Has anyone been watching the new season? I've not watched it yet. Has anyone watched the new season? Is it good or is it bad? She's sat on the sofa next to me, nodding in agreement. Hey, Mrs. Burgess! Brother, ooh, yeah, exactly. The chat has turned to the nerd version of the wound scene in Jaws. Don't worry, man. I was paying close attention. I still missed it. I don't know what it is either. What's that? Where's Mike the Rhino? What did Mike the Rhino say? I can't keep up with chat because of Mr. Christopher Sanford's insane gifting. Insane. What the heck is a banjo? Right. I'm not going to explain it on stream, but just if you're going to Google search it, go Urban Dictionary banjo string and then do it on fucking incognito, and then there you go.
I want to find out.
You know what it is.
No, I'm not 100% clear.
You can read it out on stream if you'd like to.
Urban Dictionary.
She's waving intently. Oh. It's still consistently good, not bad. New series of The Boys is going okay so far. Okay. Boys Latest is the darkest season yet. I'm only halfway through. I'll confess I'm only halfway through season 2. I need to keep watching because I fucking actually... One of the very few things I've started... That might be something I binge over this weekend because I've actually got some time off. Who's The Boys? I was trying to get Luce to watch it with me and she's not interested.
Right, I need to Google some more words about the anatomy. I don't know what these...
Well, what does it say so far?
What's a frenulum?
I don't know.
Well, you have one and you don't know what it is.
Well, read the whole thing.
The frenulum, the fine length of skin on the underside of the penis, linked the fireman's helmet to the foreskin in the main shaft. Sensitive, but also vulnerable during partially rough sex. To quote, "She wanted it rough and I didn't have any lube. My banjo string ripped and I'm in agony this morning."
So the frenulum then is the posh name for the banjo string.
It's not some like meeting place for your friends. The
frenulum. No. I mean, for some.
I'll see you at the frenulum.
I'll see you at the frenulum. I'm going to use that now.
Hashtag at the frenulum.
Escapade summed it up best. Dick string goes twang.
The sensitive area on a penis where the head glands, not glands.
I feel like we've done enough reading.
No, I'm in a biology lesson.
Okay. Well, there we go. Chat, we're learning things. Banjo string is basically the chin strap for your member. Adam. Brilliant. I love it. Someone get Adam a membership. Fuck. Just show everyone on stream. I mean, I was a person who used to frequently play cock or ball, and then Luce told me to grow up.
There's too many synonyms for this.
She was like, grow up, you're 34. So
generally refers to the small area on the back of the penis that connects the bread.
My brother split my head open with a shovel, looked like Two-Face with all the blood, had 11 staples in my head. I was 10 or 11 years old.
I bet you love your brother, 40k Medic. Thank you so much for the $10, dude. How you doing? How are you in Zena? I hope you're well. Since Christopher Sanford Police Station Gloucester was kind enough to give 50 chat, that does mean that we're now 45 away from a t-shirt giveaway. Right? I feel like I have to apologise to my husband real quick. Why? 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 What have you broken? What have you done? I tore mine after the 6th wank of the day. Don't lie, Dave. No men can do it 6 times in a day. Adam says it's the lady version of the banjo, the banging bridge. Brilliant. Oh my god. Meet you at the Frenulium on a t-shirt. Ever play Freckles? No, Dave. No, I didn't play Freckles.
Frenulum. I love it. I might call one of my friends, "You're a lovely little frenulum, you are." And see if they go, "What the fuck did you just call me?"
We're not going to talk about Freckles. Okay. Yeah, Nozomi, I want some details, by the way. Why are you having to go and apologise to your husband? What did you do? Did you take some snips to it? After the 6th, you're just pumping water from an empty well. If there's a giveaway and it uses a keyword, yeah.
You know the U-shape your fingers make when you curl them up? Yeah, that but backwards. All tendons ripped to pieces. Would not recommend.
You know the U shape your fingers make when you curl them?
Yeah, that's backwards.
Fun fact, your tongue also has a frenulum. Cue weird faces as Liam contorts his mouth to check.
A frenulum.
Is that the bit when midwives
When it's really
say...
forward, it's tongue tied, yeah.
Apparently I kicked something sharp in the pools, never found out what it was, soaked through 2 t-shirts on the way to the hospital.
Oh my god. Brandon, thank you for the 5. Christopher, thank you for the 5. Rummer Clock, thank you for the 5. You people are all incredible human beings. Yes, if there is a giveaway, frenulum will be the keyword. Dave, stop talking about the disgusting army games that everyone else played that I definitely didn't play. Like, I chased him around the yard with a said shovels. Ella and I are good. Had to deal with some family medical stuff. Her mum was diagnosed with 5 brain aneurysms. Fucking hell. That's, give her a hug for us. That's rough. The Great Hall where we have so much fun you made it an extra banjo string. Yeah. What makes me laugh, though, is we started with the why do people do this 40k chat for literally 5 minutes. We've then not talked about it since, and we're holding 185 people watching the stream.
Oh, I've just read Escapes.
One of the worst stories I'm going to read it because you've just made that face, even though he hasn't super chatted it, right? So this will be an exception chat. One of the worst stories I've heard about was when I was at secondary school. Student got his hand caught in a desk saw, room repainted, shredded hand found in the extractor fan waste bag. Yummy. That'll do it. That'll do it. I'll never look at a banjo the same way ever again. This stream is trying to make me cringe and clench. The only 40k channel on the web where banjo strings can be discussed with impunity. Some people call us too bro-y, chat. We're too boyish.
I bet you lost Soggy Biscuit.
I can categorically say that both Freckles and Soggy Biscuit are games that I've never played. Thank you, Mr. The Lehman Russ. Question for you. I recently finished Condris for my Stormcast, but I'm not sure what to move on to next. I don't know. I would... Have you got some Stormdrake? Have you built some Stormdrake? That's what I would go for. Only hope the family stays strong. 40k medic and Zena look after each other. 100% wee man. Lovely words, mate. She's okay. Just got discharged from the hospital yesterday. You lot don't know what an injury even is until you put your hand on a unit of fantasy high elf spearmen. I'm telling you, chat. Someone get out of my membership. Just Jupiter. Thank you for the gifted. Up to 106. The tracker's lying to you. The tracker doesn't pick up ones, it seems, anymore. That's the way 40k should be. Absolutely. Women in the spa when I was a kid sliced her hand in half on a meat slicer. There's a lot of quite bad ones in here. I feel like mine aren't so bad anymore. I'm like, I used to get injured loads and chat like, hold my beer.
Do you understand now that you've been whining over seemingly nothing because they're on here? Pretty gruesome.
Pots and fucking kettles. Pots and fucking kettles.
Not at all.
I can't discuss worse injuries I've seen before. Asked not to ever again by people who asked it. Fair enough. We had another guy lose fingers to the unguarded fan on the rear right avionics not so long ago. Claret everywhere. When you say not so long ago, Gaz, like in the last 5 years? I always felt like that was there was a on the where he's talking about, right? There's on the Apache. You've seen the Apache, right?
Yeah.
The big bays around the front, the big fat things, they've got loads of electronics and stuff in them.
Yeah.
Right? And the right hand one right at the rear has a fan that spins as part of the system. Okay? I think it's about that big. It spins fucking fast. It spins so fast that when it's spinning, you can't see it. Right? And often you have it spinning when you're doing work and maintenance on it. What they didn't do was put a guard on it. Hence Gaz says, I had another guy lose fingers to the unguarded fan in the right rear avionics not so long ago, Claret everywhere. And the reason why I say how long ago, because we were raising this as an issue over 10 years ago. Right? Just put a fucking cover on it. It's not hard. Right? Apparently that hasn't happened. Buzzing, thank you for your first ever super chat, you fucking hero. Wait, with the bollock not in the coin purse is a bad one. That's a very bad one. Yeah.
What's
oh my
the
god.
coin purse?
It's a slang name for the thing that normally holds the bollocks in loose.
The ball sack.
Yes.
Okay, why are you calling it a coin purse?
Carl's just...
What's wrong with ball sack?
Carl's just applied because he's normally a chapter master.
Dived off a boat in the Netherlands. My foot got impaled on anchor, partially amputation. My foot medial cuneiform bone is feeding the fishes.
And yet he's buzzing. Whee! Fucking hell.
It's all the painkillers.
So have you got like... I'm so curious. Have you got like half a foot now then? My foot got impaled on anchor, partial amputation. My foot medial cuneiform bone is feeding the fishes. What a first super chat to share. Yeah, exactly. What a fucking legend. He comes in swinging that dick big. Amazing. Just a year ago, the signal dropped a piece of paper. It went in towards it, and he committed to grabbing it. Oh my. I mean, there's no way that shouldn't have had a guard on it by now, to be fair. A kid I used to teach tried to see what he'd look like with an intimate piercing with small, powerful magnets.
No. Oh,
Wow.
Bless him.
I could beat you all. I stepped on Lego once. Mystics, that's what I was expecting. The Lego chat or upturned plugs. That's what I thought when I burnt my upper the upper inside of my mouth on hot pizza. And then you lot went, nah, that's nothing, fam. Watch this. I've had 4 concussions due to playing football. Both hands have broken, 4 fingers each, partially torn my Achilles, nearly cut my own finger off with a kukri, 27 stitches. Wow.
I can't decide if you're all slightly accident prone and some of these could have been avoided.
Boys be boys. On a Scout Cup, I once saw someone almost cut their thumb off with a saw. Really struggling to keep listening. We should probably... Hazza, you're probably right. We should probably stop on the injury stuff now. It's got gross. It's got disgusting. It's not nice anymore. Do you guys want a t-shirt instead? Should we just do that? Should we just gift another 44 members for a t-shirt? Because this should be 106. Let's just focus on the t-shirt, all right?
Well, every month my tummy hurts. And I'm allowed to moan about that.
I mean, it's literally what you're designed to do.
But it hurts!
So I don't know why you're allowed to moan about it. It's literally what you're designed to do.
Because it hurts! That's my injury. There, you've got it.
So how's the pivot BS? I burnt my tongue on a Hot Pocket once. Worst day of my life. Luce made a homemade pizza this evening.
Is a Hot Pocket like a...
Like a Pop-Tart type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luce made like a homemade pizza today. And I was fucking starving when I got in. And I don't mind eating homemade pizza because I see what goes on it. Because it's not fucking covered in grease and shit. And it all gets dry baked and it's fucking wonderful. And I bit it, and it was so nice. I kept eating it, and I burnt the bottom of my lip and the upper inside of my mouth all at once.
Worst injury of your life.
I'm not reading the disgusting ones anymore, chat. I'm not reading them anymore. All right,
I'm
we're
glad.
done.
I like you, chat. I've learned 2 new words today. Frenulum.
Frenulum. I'm sorry you hurt each month. Don't be sorry, Dolphin. It's her own fault for being a woman. All right. Women are the only mammal to moan about giving birth hurting.
We'll never know because we can only speak human.
Isn't there?
We can't speak.
Isn't there like
other animals?
Isn't there like a
languages.
group of women out there that try and give birth in silence? Isn't that a thing? I've heard that's a thing. I've definitely heard that's a thing. And having been present for both, I'm like, bullshit.
I don't know if that's a group of women. I think some people just have better tolerance for pain.
Someone in chat will have heard about this. And
What, in absolute silence?
yes, it's a thing. There was a famous person. It might have been Tom Cruise. Who
That's Scientology.
Who I don't think that's why though. Maybe it is, but I don't think that's why. There was a famous person who was famous for asking his wife to do it.
My scariest injury was when I was playing football. And guy shoved his hand through my face guard and poked my eye. I couldn't open it and felt blood dripping on as I looked down. Fortunately, it was only a scratch.
That sounds rough. Mordyham, thank you so much. When he says football, clearly, chat, he's talking about American football as well, not actual football. They're a cult. They're from the cult called the Frenulum. No, I'm sure it's not a film. In the end, it was the Frenulums we made along the way.
That's on a t-shirt.
That's a fucking great phrase. Right, the grease is the best part. Oh my god, I can't say your name. Red Raziel. The grease is bad. Grease is bad. How did Liam get hot pizza on his forehead though? Fuck you, Gaz. I fell asleep with my dinner. Fuck you, Gaz. Fuck you.
Yeah, I think that's Scientology.
Is it?
Yeah, that's how I've heard it. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, I think. And she either had to or she went along with it, gave birth in absolute silence.
I definitely heard it happened. Why is Luce not on Google duty? I mean, she is Googling things. I just
I'm
dread to think we are.
learning so much.
Scientologists are thinking of silent birth. Is it related?
Did confined spaces training. You wear a body harness to be lowered down. Some guy didn't put on the harness tight enough, and when he dropped on the rope, there was a big yank which promptly made his balls pop out of the sack.
No! Stop spending money now, chat. I'm not interested. I don't want any more money. No, we're done. Yeston, thank you for the 20, but we're done.
Yeston is not the bestin with that one.
No. I'm sorry, Hazar. I couldn't stop her from reading that. Airflow's nailed it. What about funniest injuries instead of the worst? I stabbed myself in the cheek with a hobby knife, swatting a mosquito. How? How? That's fucking amazing. Oh my god. I'd rather just take the gifted now, chat, if I'm honest with you. You can stop. He split his coin pad. You can stop the super chats now, I'll be honest. Cleans monitor. No more some other guy's injury stories. You want to know how I got these scars? Yeah, Google deglove. No, 40k medic. No. You haven't.
No.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
No, I want to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that.
Hazard says the problem is I read through the super chat, wince, then have to listen to it again. It's like reliving a nightmare.
It's a morbid fascination.
The mate managed to stab himself in the hand with a Harrier jump jet micro machine. So descriptive. You could have said my mate stabbed himself in the hand with a small model. No, a Harrier jump jet micro machine. Let's be specific now, right?
If they're going to take us on the journey, give us all the description.
Amazing. 40k medic, my friend degloved it. No, we're not talking about degloving. We're not talking about that. No. Buzzing, welcome to Skull Tier. Yeah! First ever cool super chat, straight as a member. What a mate, what a legend. Up to 107 chat. That means 43 for a free t-shirt. For everyone. No, I'm joking, not for everyone. That'd be too expensive. Adam, you shouldn't. Why did you do that? I pulled my abs this week following emptying my guts both ways. It hurts to laugh. Ugh. Are we helping that or are we making it worse? I've definitely done that. I'm not going to go into graphic detail here, but when we had norovirus, I definitely felt literally head to toe strained. Do you remember?
Yeah, so it's an involuntary, like you can't.
Yeah, but I felt head to toe strained. I can understand how after that, for example, it could be difficult to laugh.
I remember that neurovirus. Because you can't do vomit. So James was throwing up, Ben was throwing up. Then it was your turn and you told everyone you shit the bed, which is fine.
I did shit the bed.
You three started to get better and then it was my turn to throw up. And because you can't do vomit, I remember sitting on the edge of the bed and it's so vicious.
I've recorded everything in my backlog. If you want something else to talk about. I can send it to you. Smirking
I'll
face.
talk to you about it in private. No problems at all, mate.
And because it's so violent, the throwing up is so violent with norovirus, you were sort of sat on the edge of the bed, kind of like poking me with a finger because you can't do vomit, going, "It's all right, babe. It's really not that bad this time round." And it was such a pathetic attempt at compassion because you can't do vomit. After I just nursed you three fuckers.
Joking
back to
aside, I have a pretty strong stomach for horrible stuff. There are a couple of things I struggle with, interestingly, right? Obviously bollocks being one of them. You know, I think that's probably got worse since the vasectomy. Anyway, I've been present with bones sticking out legs from leg breakages and stuff like that. I was a combat first aider or a whatever the name of it was, not like a proper like a combat medic, but a proper like a first aider in the forces. I've been a first aider in every job. I've attended when I worked at Siemens.
Stop you there. You can't tell chat to stop being gross and then for you to
No,
start
I'm not being gross. I'm not giving graphic details. I have but when you do some of those training courses, it's pretty grim what they show you. I have attended suicides when I was working on the railway. Pretty gross stuff. I've got an incredibly strong stomach. If the dog shits all over the house, I'm happy to clean it up. I don't care. Not bothered. It doesn't bother me at all. I can deal with almost anything.
Did you hear that, Emmy?
But for some reason,
That's permission.
I can honestly though, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. I can deal with anything until it's vomit. I can't. I don't know why. I will deal with it, but I can't deal with it. Right. So I remember there was one specific occurrence where Luce had gone out the house, and sometimes chat. Right. Sometimes I feel like she knows things are coming. Right.
So.
She knows things are coming, and so she went out the house, and my eldest was a little under the weather. Wasn't horrifically unwell, but he was a little under the weather, and he was sat on the sofa.
Tell us how tearing a nail makes you feel, Liam.
It makes me shudder. I can deal with if it's other people's nails. I can deal with it though. If it's mine, I hate it. My nails are always cut so short. You'll never see me with Wargamer fingernails, right? When they're longer than what most women pay for, with 3 inches of dirt underneath each one. You'll never see me with those because when I used to play rugby and judo, they would get ripped. So I always trim them all the time. Literally trim my nails once a week. Anyway, thank you, Easton, for 5 more. You're a legend. Anywho, right? So he was sat on the sofa, and then he was like, I don't think I feel that very well. I was like, what's up with you? And he stood up, right? And then he proceeded to essentially projectile vomit, right? But what he did when he decided to projectile vomit was put his hand over his mouth, okay? So he turned his face into a fucking watering can, right? And off it went in multiple directions. And he just had some blackcurrant or some ribena, so it's red in colour. So it was disgusting, okay? And it was fucking awful, and there was chunks and shit, and it was Anyway, I was like, oh, okay. So Luce isn't in the house, cool, fine. So I took him straight into the downstairs bathroom, and I sat him, like, I kneeled him over the toilet. I was like, if you need to be sick again, just do it into the toilet, because then I can just flush it away. You know, blah, blah, blah. Make sure he was okay. And I was like, I need to go and clean it up because it's red in colour and it's on our cream carpet. Right, I need to go start cleaning it up. And he's like, okay, Dad. And bless him, he's fine, right? He's not fine, bless him. He's just thrown up everywhere. And he's kneeling on the toilet. He's like, okay, Dad, yeah, okay. So I come into I walk back into the living room. I open the door. I look at the living room floor and I'm like, I don't know how I start. I don't know how I start to do this. I came back out of the living room into the kitchen and I grabbed some cleaner spray and I grabbed a big roll of kitchen roll. I don't know what the Americans call it, but this kind of stuff, like paper towels, a big roll of kitchen roll, and I grabbed a carrier bag so I could put it in, right? Because the first thing you need to do, obviously, is scoop up all of the material before you can then attack the liquidy stain at the bottom. So I got what I needed. I sprayed everything. I started scooping, and I can't handle it. I absolutely can't handle it at all. My eyes start watering. Right?
You did find the strength to take a photo of the vomit and send it to
and
me. I went, oh babe, I'm still in Morrison's.
I took a photo. I took a photo from afar, and I swear that was Luce going, I'm going to the cafe. So I started right. Because your normal Morrison's trip happened to be twice as long that day. So I started to clean, and I think you lot are right. I think it probably is the smell. I started cleaning it up, and then I was struggling. My eyes started watering. I really can't. And I've done bones sticking out of legs, and all, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. I'm fine with all that stuff. I'm like, oh, cool, you've got an injury. Let's get you sorted, right? I've had people with skin come off because of burns and stuff, like really bad, but it doesn't bother me. I'm fine. We can deal with that. This time I'm struggling. I can't do it. So I'm on the floor now, right? I've literally got a clothes peg from the fucking... I've gone outside. You remember this? I went outside. I got a clothes peg on my nose, right? Because I'm struggling like fuck with the smell. And then I started picking it. I started putting it in the bag and scooping it up with the fucking kitchen roll. And I'm in the living room on my hands and knees, and I'm like this. And my little one, at this point, this is like 4 years ago, so he's like 6 or 7, right? He's in the bathroom. He's just been sick as fuck all over the living room floor. Whilst I'm cleaning up, he's thrown up again in the toilet, and all I hear is, "Are you okay, Dad? Do you need some help?" I was like, "No." "Yeah, I'm fine." Anyway, I just got to a point where I'd basically cleaned everything up and just about survived, and it was streaming down my eyes, and I was feeling awful. And then she comes to the door all chirpy. "How's it going?" I fucking hate you right now. That was the thing that happened. Right, chat, we have got 3 minutes to go. Shall we see how far we can push this membership goal whilst Luce is searching for a fact in her 365 awesome random useless fact book? Was expecting that Family Guy vomit team to play it. No, I managed to hold on, but Jesus Christ. Bless him is right. My eldest is a fucking incredible little human being. He is definitely a person that Luce and I are incredibly proud to be creating. Right?
Yeah.
Is a fair saying. He's amazing. He's so good.
When he had... So the last time we had norovirus, I think James was the first one to come down with it. It's usually him. And we didn't even know he had it yet because he's quite private anyway. But I'm the first one up in the morning. So I came out of our room and I saw his pajamas on the radiator and they were sopping wet. And I was still a bit bleary-eyed. So I walked past them halfway down the stairs, came back up the stairs and stared at them on the radiator thinking, that doesn't make sense. Why isn't he wearing... He went to bed in those. What's he wearing in bed then? And then I walked into his room and things were different. You know when kids have clearly had an accident in the night and for some reason they've not come to get you, they tried to sort it themselves and things just aren't quite as you left them. So then we got to the bottom of it and he's sick and we were like, right, fine, that's fine. Let's strip everything off, get you all fine. And then the next night he tried again to clean it up himself. And it's so amazing that his reason was, I didn't want to give you more laundry because Ben gives you enough laundry. So I tried to sort it myself. He's amazing.
He is an incredible little child. Right, chat. Luce has got a loose fact ready for you people,
No, I
think.
haven't.
Oh, fuck me. Well, stop talking then. Luce is going to get a loose fact ready for you, okay? And then we're gonna promptly fucked off because we're very tired after a long day out in the sun. And then we'll be disappearing for the weekend to enjoy our weekend. And we'll be back on Monday at 7:30 with Great Hall Hobby Hangout, right? And I'm trying to work out what I do on Monday, but we're back on Monday with Great Hall Hobby Hangout. Now, I'm going to ask you all, there's 170 people in chat right now. I'm going to ask you all to do me a small favour, okay? I'm going to ask you to do me a small favour. We're going to go on another little raid again, like we did on Wednesday. But instead of going on a raid to Mr. the War Hipster's channel, we're going to go on a raid to a friend of mine who's called, on YouTube at least, the Cooney, right? Now, he's a chap who I've met via video gaming. I've met him once in person in London and hung out with him for a bit, okay? He's a lovely chap, and he struggles streaming Warzone to about 6 people, right? But he does it basically every single night. Now, I know a lot of you don't like Warzone or are not interested in video games or Call of Duty, but if you could just go and just drop him a message, say hello, what's his Warzone shit, or something like that, or whatever. And actually, don't gift to me right now. If you have a single gift to give, gift it to Cooney. He's not too long ago become monetized, and today, literally today, he hit 3,000 subs, right? So if you could do that for me, once Luce has given a loose fact, I'll end the stream, dump you into Cooney's chat, because he always says, when he's not streaming and we're streaming, he puts it on in the background. Do you know what? He doesn't play 40k. He hasn't got a fucking clue about it.
Aw.
But he supports the streams always. He likes them all the time. He's streaming every single fucking night. He's always liking our streams. He's always in. He's gifted a bunch of memberships recently as well. So let's drop in and support that lunatic. Are you ready for loose fact?
Just this one. I can handle vomit, but poop is my absolute weakness. Once I tried covering the smell with Axe when my dog was a puppy. I don't know how it could possibly have made it so much worse. I think Axe is like Lynx.
Axe is Lynx, on the continent, I think. Okay, so we're ready for loose facts.
Yes.
So we have a fact, right? Loose or loose? True is her name, Luce. False is not her name, it's Loose. You get to decide. Spoiler alert, most of the ones in this book are bullshit.
It takes 90 days for one drop of water to travel the Mississippi River. How did they keep track of that one
Exactly,
drop?
that's what I was going to ask.
Because
Brother of Titus, thank you so much for the one gifted. Save them for Cooney. Save them for Cooney. How can you track a dot? You don't have to worry about hat tricks now, babe. He's gifted one. He's not going to upgrade and super chat in the next 2 minutes.
Oh,
So-
ye of little faith.
Exactly, yeah. How? I mean, I guess. No, I don't believe there's a way they can actually track it unless
I know what they did. They food coloured that one drip
they
so
used.
they could follow it.
They used a floaty boat. They can't food colour because it'll just get diluted, won't it? Electman, I have got a message from you, yes. Thank you, my dude. You're a hero. I'll check it out sometime this weekend. People are unsure. It's very torn right now. Radioactive isotope tracker. I mean, we're getting clever now, aren't we? Maths. No. What you do is you pee in the river, which is yellow, and you watch it. Flow rate times distance. Shut up with your sensible nonsense, Sir Galahad Grail Hunter. Shut up with your sensible nonsense. Anyway, you people have been wonderful human beings tonight. Thank you so much for 108 gifted memberships. It is insane that you continue to hit this target every single day apart from Mondays. It is apart from Mondays, but it's insane that you hit the target every single day apart from Mondays. You're amazing, amazing, amazing human beings. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the like on that stream for us. It's super helpful, actually, even for the on-demand video. It really does help. If you're not a subscriber and you have watched this on demand or you've been watching in the background but not commented, please hit that subscribe button for us. You people are absolutely incredible. Don't forget, we're going to raid Mr. the Cooney, okay? Kuni. Lovely guy, plays Warzone. If you're into video games, even just think about subscribing to him. He hit 3,000 today, and he's really worried because it fluctuates quite a lot, and he'll lose subscribers overnight. It'll be back to 2,999, etc. So just show him some love. If you've got a single membership to gift or a $1.99 super chat to give, just give it to Cooney for me, okay? So we're going to go. You won't see the credits because I'm going to raid him really, really quickly. So if you can do that for me, even if just 100 of you do that for me, if 100 of you do that at $1.99 or 100 of you do that with a single gifted membership, you will literally make his fucking night. The last time we did this, his stream went from 6 people watching to 120 people watching, and his voice got all shaky.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy. He's a really, really nice guy. We've kept in touch, having met once in London. He's just a lovely human being, okay?
Do you remember there was a guy he had to stop what he was doing. His hands were shaking.
Yeah. And the thing is, Cooney comes and constantly gifts. Tonight was the one night I was able to actually go and gift 5 memberships on his channel for a change.
Oh.
Right? And he was like, "Oh no, Liam, don't do that. I should be gifting you. I should be gifting you if anything." I'm like, "Why? Why?" So if you could do it for me, it'd be amazing. You people are incredible. All right? So we're going to end the stream, and then very, very quickly it will dump you into his chat. All right? So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on Monday, you beautiful people. In fact, we'll see you in the next one.